What you choose to do in this nocturnal space, silently and profoundly, shapes the foundations of your success. Winning, contrary to what many believe, does not begin when the sun rises, but when it bids farewell. The night holds a delicate power, almost imperceptible to restless eyes, but transformative for those who allow themselves to access it. It is the time of the soul, the sacred territory where the voices of the world fade away, and finally, you can hear your own. While most get lost in screens, in endless scrolling, in distractions or laments, few recognize that there lies a discrete opportunity, a portal to introspection, to internal realignment, and to nurturing what truly matters. Creating a nighttime ritual is not about following trends or seeking passing relaxation techniques. It is an act of self-command, a conscious gesture of someone who does not just wish to survive the days, but to cultivate them from the ground up. And that fertile ground lies in the silence of the night, because while you sleep, the brain remains active, reorganizing memories, assimilating lessons, processing emotions, and solidifying unconscious decisions. More importantly, it metabolizes the emotional and mental content you left pulsating in the final minutes before surrendering to slumber. Thoughts, images, worries, gratitude, nothing disappears. Everything settles. Everything transforms into the raw material for your tomorrow. Therefore, what you choose to feel, think, and visualize before falling asleep is more important than it seems. It is in that instant that you plant the seeds of your next morning and, with it, the fruits of your clarity, energy, and intention. Disconnecting from the world, then, is not merely a physical act. It is an intimate ceremony, a silent rite of preparation for a new cycle. It is saying to the body, "Now is the time to rest," and to the mind, "Now is the time to silence and listen to the essential." Those who understand this transform the night into an ally and rest into a revolution. This disconnection from the world can come through a warm bath, which not only cleanses the body but dissolves the excesses of the day, the tensions, the rushes, the unspoken words. The water flows like a river of renewal, washing away what no longer serves. It may come from deep and conscious breathing, anchoring you in the present, like a root that touches the center of the earth. From a lovingly prepared tea, warming not just the hands, but also the heart. Or from a whispered prayer in the dark, intimate, like a silent embrace between you and the eternal. Small gestures, yes, but with immense symbolic power. They say, without fanfare, "Now it is just me and myself." And it is in this serene and true encounter that the fertile ground for the deepest transformation is born. The night, then, ceases to be merely the end of a cycle. It becomes sacred. It is the cradle of daily rebirth. When the warrior rests, the visionary awakens. While the body rests, the spirit aligns and the soul strengthens. The world's silence transforms into a space to listen to what truly matters. And sometimes, this listening changes everything. It reveals forgotten truths, awakens new ideas, ignites intuitions. It is the time when external voices quiet and your inner voice can finally be heard. At the end of the day, you find yourself with the story you wrote in the last hours, not as one who judges, but as one who sits by the edge of a lake to contemplate their reflection. What did I do with love today? In what moment did I lose touch with myself? Which pain still seeks comfort? These questions are not punishments. They are compasses. When put down on paper, even in just a few words, they help untangle the knots of the day, organizing the tangle of emotions. It is like opening the windows of the mind to let the soul breathe. You realize that nothing was in vain, that even the stumbles brought seeds of wisdom. The reflecting mind matures. The listening heart grows stronger. This small, everyday gesture is what separates those who live on autopilot from those who walk awake, with awareness and intention. The next step is to look toward tomorrow, but not with anxiety, with purpose. Planning is not about controlling everything. It is choosing a direction with which the soul resonates. Instead of an endless list, you define 3 non-negotiable priorities. Only 3 actions that, if fulfilled, will give meaning to the following day. This simplicity is powerful. By defining these goals before sleeping, you give your subconscious a clear mission. And while the body rests, the silent mind begins to connect the dots, find solutions, and clear paths. Thus, upon waking, you do not awaken lost, but guided. You do not just wake up, you emerge. And this intentional awakening transforms not just the day, but the way you walk through life. This ritual, more than productivity, is care. More than organization, it is spirituality. Nourishing the soul in the last hours of the day is a silent gift you give to yourself. It may be an uplifting reading, a biblical passage that offers peace, a brief meditation, or a prayer that aligns the heart with the divine. What matters is not the form, but the intention. May the last thought before sleeping be an uplifting thought, because it will be the thread that guides you through sleep, directing your dreams, restoring your energy, and preparing the subtle ground for a new day. An elevated thought is like a light turned on in the heart of the night. It is a silent signal to the universe. I am ready to bloom again. And then comes gratitude. Never underestimate the power of giving thanks. 3 reasons. That's it. 3 small jewels that made your day worthwhile. It could be an unexpected hug, an encouraging word, an achievement of a goal. Sometimes it is the warm coffee, the quiet sunset, or even the simple fact that you managed to breathe deeply in a tough moment. Gratitude not only transforms perception, it transforms the body, mind, and spirit. It alters brain chemistry, calms the nervous system, regulates sleep, strengthens the immune system, and cultivates emotional resilience. More than an emotion, it is a practice, a habit of directing your gaze toward the good, even when everything seems to crumble. And those who learn to see the good, even in shadows, begin to bloom. They live with more lightness, more hope, more love, and less haste, less pressure, less fear. Transforming the night into a ritual is a silent act of courage and profound self-care. It is understanding that tomorrow does not begin when the alarm clock rings, but when you choose the night before how you want to live. The victory of a new day is born in the intention you plant before sleeping. When you cultivate this nighttime ritual, disconnecting from excess, breathing with presence, praying, or simply reflecting, you wake up more whole, more centered, more alive. You do not awaken merely to fulfill tasks, but to live with direction, with peace, with purpose. This is the true power of the night. It not only closes a cycle, it plants the seeds of what is to come. And when these seeds are watered with silence, intention, spirituality, and gratitude, tomorrow blooms with more meaning. Sleeping becomes sacred. It is a veiled rebirth. It is a rehearsal of the soul for a new beginning. Winning, after all, is not luck. It is a choice. It is a process. It is a cycle that begins when you decide what to think, what to feel, what to hold on to, and what to let go. The night, when well lived, is not an end. It is a portal, a sacred space of renewal. It is there that true winners are formed, far from the noise of the world, but with their soul's eyes wide awake. So the next time night falls, do not just sleep. Prepare yourself, disconnect from the noise, and connect with what truly matters. Review the day with compassion. Plan for tomorrow with lightness. Elevate yourself. Give thanks. And upon waking, you will feel, more than knowing, that you are not just starting another day, but continuing a living journey of purpose and presence. Because those who truly win begin at night. And those who learn to honor this moment awaken every day with an awakened soul and a peaceful heart. As the world slows down and darkness envelops the contours of the day that is ending, there exists a precious moment that few perceive in its true power: the night. More specifically, the silent moments that precede sleep. For most, this period seems merely a mechanical transition between tiredness and rest, an automatic interval, a routine light dimming that carries no weight. But the truth is quite different: silent, subtle, almost invisible, yet decisive.